Hello, listeners. This is Kat, and welcome back to Put Your Hands Up Podfic. This will be the continuation of the Fall of Icarus. This will be Part 20, Chapter 20, entitled Icarus Flies with His Army. Come on, Izuku, tell us the story, Mina cried. Why me? It's Toshi's story, Izuku laughed. I don't know. You're the bard of the group, Hitoshi said with a smirk. Wait, you're that type of nerd? Denki asked excitedly. A slow blush creeped over Hitoshi's face, making the group laugh. That's not the point. The point is that if you want a story, Izuku's the one to tell it. It's literally your story, Izuku said, shaking his head. You can be the bard for tonight. I like being a druid, Hitoshi muttered. Of course you do, Izuku laughed. Is anyone going to tell the damn story? Kacchan asked. No, Izuku decided. What? Mina cried. We want to know how you went feral on Hitoshi. Yeah, it's really not necessary, Hitoshi said, ducking his head. All you need to know is that he's scary when he's angry. Kaminari laughed. Yeah, learned that one real quick during the training exercise a couple weeks ago. Guys, it's raining outside, May cheered, jumping up from where she was sitting on the floor. They were all sitting in the common room playing random card games at the coffee table. That is what the forecast warned. Shoto laughed. Can we take a walk in the rain, pretty please? May asked. I love the rain. I'm so down, Mina said, standing up. I like the rain as well, Momo said, standing and offering a hand to Jiro, who shrugged and accepted it. Rain is super manly, bros, Eijiro said, punching his fists together and making everyone laugh. They all stood to join their friends, foregoing jackets as they put their shoes on and stepped out in the soft rain. This feels so nice, Izuku said, tilting his head back and spinning in a circle as the water cascaded around them all. They continued to walk around the grounds a bit until they spotted someone walking their way. Monoma, Izuku asked, stepping to the front of their group. What are you doing out here? What are you doing out here? Monoma parroted. Izuku raised his hands up and smiled at the other boy. We were just out for a walk in the rain, he explained. Well, I was looking for you, Monoma said, turning his head to the side. Izuku looked back towards his friends in confusion. Several of them shrugged back. No one knew what he wanted then. Why were you looking for me? Izuku asked, turning back to the 1B boy. Monoma scuffed his shoe on the floor. Listen, your classmates are stupid. Hey, Mina shouted. We're literally right here, Hitoshi deadpanned. Obviously I don't mean you guys, Monoma huffed. The others, who thought you were a traitor. It's not even believable, no matter what the commissioner all might claimed. Thank you, Izuku said in confusion. I mean, it wasn't true, but why didn't you believe it? Because, Monoma scoffed. I might hate 1A, but we all went through the summer camp together. No one in 1B believes that you're a traitor or ever could be. I mean, you almost died fighting the League of Villains. You protected all of us and that kid. Koda, Izuku said with a soft smile. Yeah, the League has been out to get me the entire time. I'm glad you could see that. It started because you have multiple quirks, right? Monoma asked. Yeah. That's why I can't copy your quirk, Monoma nodded. It may all be one giant quirk, but there's so many variations that copy tells me that it's a blank. Oh, Izuku said, lighting up. Kacchan and Hitoshi started grumbling behind him, but he flipped them off and otherwise ignored them. That makes sense. I have about 7 different ways to activate my quirk, so your quirk doesn't know how to copy it in a way for you to use it. What? 7? Monoma shouted. Izuku laughed and rubbed the back of his neck as a shiver passed through him from the rain. Maybe they should have grabbed jackets. Yeah, it's a lot, and it took me a while to master them. It took you like a week to learn each of them, Kacchan countered. It just took you a while to learn that there were so many, and to master the first method, Shoto added. Your analyzing really came in handy, Hitoshi snickered. Okay, that's crazy, Monoma said, shaking his head. Anyways, I just wanted to come tell you that 1B is on your side, and we were the entire time." "Then why didn't you say anything before?" May asked. "Vlad told us not to," Monoma shrugged. "He told us that the teachers were figuring it out, and they put a stop to everything." "Lot of good they did," May huffed. "They got me out," Izuku said, reaching back to grab her hand. "Besides, I'm here now and everyone knows I'm not the traitor." "We should probably get back inside," Momo said. "We're all going to catch colds if we stay out too much longer." "Yeah, you're right," Eijiro said. "Not everyone has quirks to counter the cold," he added, with a look towards Kacchan and Shoto. "You're all just weak," Kacchan scoffed. They started walking back to the dorms, Monoma joining them and then separating to go to his own dorm as they passed it. When they got back inside, they were faced with a glaring Shota, whose arms were crossed, a foot tapping on the floor. "If you all get sick, you're not going to Recovery Girl." "But that means we'll miss classes," Denki cried out. "That's your own fault," Shota huffed. Izuku snickered. "We should all take warm showers and have a slumber party." Shota pinched the bridge of his nose. "You all have classes tomorrow." Hitoshi faked a sniff. "I don't know, Teach. I'm feeling pretty sick." Sero coughed into his elbow. "Yeah, I think we all caught something already." Shota rolled his eyes at the group. "You're all going to classes tomorrow, unless you have a fever." He glared at Shoto and Kacchan. "A natural fever. Now go shower and get warm, you damn problem children." "I'll make hot tea for everyone when we come back down," Momo offered. "A lifesaver!" Mina cheered, the girls all heading to their side of the dorms, May getting dragged along as well. "Dad, can we have a sleepover in the common room, pretty please?" Izuku asked, giving his best puppy dog eyes. Denki and Sero snickered, and Eijiro pushed Kacchan's shoulder, whispering something that Izuku didn't catch. Shota sighed. "Fine, but that means you're babysitting your little sister tonight." "Okay," Izuku said, giving his dad a quick hug. "Airy cuddles," Eijiro cheered, punching the air. "Just hurry up and go take showers. You better be back before Mike gets here with Airy," Shota snapped. The boys ran towards the stairs, splitting up on their respective floors and taking quick but very hot showers. Izuku almost felt bad for anyone else if they needed a shower because by the time everyone was done, there was definitely no hot water left in the building for a while. When Izuku came back down with his floor mates, all of them in pajamas and carrying blankets, Mike was just walking in with a bundled-up Airy. "Just on time," Shota said. "All right, let's go, Hisashi." Hisashi finished taking off Airy's rain jacket, boots, and gloves before turning to his husband and taking his hand. "Have a nice night. Alone," Izuku snickered. Shota shot a bright red glare at Izuku, but he and his friends were all howling with laughter, and their two teachers quickly left the building, both of their ears pink, and not from the cold. "Pop said I get to have a sleepover with you, Oni-san," Airy said, running up to Izuku. "That you do, Munchkin," Izuku said as he picked up his sister, still laughing. "Tea is ready," Momo called from the kitchen. Slowly, everyone gathered in the common room, the coffee table quickly covered in snacks and drinks, the couch pushed far back, and bodies and blankets all huddled together. "Movie night?" Denki asked. "Ashitaka!" Airy cheered. Izuku chuckled. "We just recently watched that one, Airy." "It's a good one," Airy countered with a pout. "Can't deny that, but why don't we watch something new?" Izuku asked. "How about a Disney movie?" Mina asked. "Halloween's next week," Hanta said. "Oh, Nightmare Before Christmas!" Denki cheered. "Have you seen that, Airy?" Eijiro asked. Airy shook her head. "I don't think so." "You'll love it," Mina said. "It's where there's different towns for each holiday, and the Pumpkin King of Halloween Town goes to Christmas Town." "Okay," Airy cheered. Momo scrolled through their media channels and finally found the movie and put it on. Jiro had made several bags of popcorn, so there were a couple bowls spread throughout the group as they settled in to watch the movie. Airy, Shoto, and Denki were asleep by the end of the movie. Everyone quickly followed after the second movie. "All right, everyone up," Shota called out, kicking Hitoshi in the leg since he was the closest. There was a chorus of moans and grumbles as the students blinked their eyes open to see Shota and Hisashi standing in the common room trying to wake them. Well, Shota was trying to wake them up. Hisashi was giggling as he took pictures of them. Izuku quickly closed his eyes and snuggled into Kachan's side more. Apparently, Hitoshi was also trying to hide. Really, Hitoshi? Hisashi, go get the thermometer. Shota sighed. Todoroki, Bakugo, up. You two don't get fevers. Izuku could vaguely hear Shoto getting up, quiet as he was. I have a parasite, Kachan grumbled tiredly, running his fingers through Izuku's hair. I'm not a parasite, Izuku pouted. Izuku, let go of your boyfriend so you can get ready for classes, Shota huffed. I have the thermometer, Hisashi called. Izuku winced and hid further into Kachan at the loud noise. Airy baby, come on, Hisashi cooed. He must have given the thermometer to Shota. There was a weight and a lot of warmth taken off of Izuku, and he cuddled further into Kachan. Migraine, Hitoshi whined, apparently having a similar problem. Correction, Kachan huffed as Izuku could feel Hitoshi getting closer. I have 2 parasites. I'll go make sure the others are getting up, Momo offered. There were the sounds of shuffling blankets and padding feet as Momo left. I'll do the same on the boys' side, Eijiro said, as he left as well. Did you seriously get sick over a little walk in the rain, Izu? Kachan huffed, still combing through his hair. Izuku shrugged as he melted into the touch. Kaminari, get your ass up, you don't have a fever, Shota huffed, sounding much closer. Hatsume, you're not even my student. Why am I dealing with you? Because I also have a fever, Mei groaned. Izuku let out a small chuckle. Looks like Dad jinxed himself last night. Sero, Ashido, Jiro, Shota hissed. Get ready. If you're late for class, I'm assigning extra homework. The 3 jumped to their feet and ran away quickly as Hisashi laughed. All right, you two, Shota said in a much softer tone than he'd been using with the others. Izuku could hear the thermometer as Shota placed it in front of his forehead. Shota hissed when it finally showed the results. Hitoshi, lift your head up, kid. There was a slight movement, and then another beep. You idiots, Shota sighed. All right, you 4 are staying here today. Why am I staying? Kachan huffed. There must have been some silent communication because Kachan sighed. Make sure that they all actually take their medicine and get some rest, Shota commanded. Yeah, Kachan rolled his eyes. I'm on babysitting duty. I'll have the kids take notes for you guys, and I'll come back during lunch, Shota said. Just get some rest, brats. Okay, Dad, Izuku said. Bye, Pops. Bye, Eri, he added. Hisashi and Eri chimed their goodbyes, just before they heard the door open and close. All right, fuckers, Kachan hissed. Get off me. I'm getting your medicine and then we're moving up to one of the rooms. Izuku grumbled, but rolled off Kachan. When he stepped away, he rolled over and placed his head on Hitoshi's chest, and Mei scooted up behind him to wrap an arm around his waist. Damn, you guys all actually got fevers, Eijiro said. Sorry, bros. Let's just clean this up, Momo said. Izuku could hear the crinkle of chip bags and the clink of cups tapping against each other, but he quickly fell asleep again. Izuku, come on, Kachan grunted, slow circles being rubbed on his arm. I don't wanna, Izuku mumbled, burying his face in Hitoshi's chest further. We gotta go up to bed, Kachan said. You guys will be even more pain if you keep sleeping on the floor. We don't all fit on one bed, Hitoshi mumbled tiredly. Yeah, that's why I had Eijiro and Shoto move Izuku's bed into my room. Now come on, Kachan huffed. In the end, he had to help them all stand up and made them take their medicine before he herded them into the elevator. Mei kept her arms wrapped around Izuku and buried her face in his back, which made it even harder to walk. When they finally got up to Kachan's room, he helped them all into the bed and tucked the blankets in for them before leaving again. Izuku was on the end, with Mei cuddling into him and Hitoshi cuddling into her. Kachan came back a couple minutes later and sat on the bed next to Izuku. Izuku immediately cuddled into him and was half lying in his lap with Kachan running his fingers through his curls again. Izuku fell back asleep, surrounded by his friends with the promise of his dad coming back in a couple hours. He may be sick, But things were getting better, and he had a new family to take care of him, through anything that might come. All right, listeners, this concludes Chapter 20 of The Fall of Icarus. Just one more chapter to go, which is an epilogue and some bonus scenes. Let me know what you all have thought of this one so far. I'll have the epilogue up next. And as always, thank you all so much for listening.